Hello students, how are you? Hope you all are fine at your home and following the instructions given by your parents as well as your elders. Today, I, Mrs. Leta Gatia, going to teach you history. As this is a new subject for class 6, so first of all, I have to explain that what is history. So let's start. What is history? History is the study of the past, especially the people, societies, events and problems of the past and our attempt to understand them. The word history comes from the Greek word histo, which means know this. History is a journey across time and space, transporting the readers to another world, an age where the people live differently. But history is not just about the past, it is also about the present. Now the question arises, for what reason should we study history? We should study history as it enlightens us concerning our past. It gives us understanding about our antiquated culture and way of life. It causes us to take care of the issues of the present day world. Time span of history. Now how can we divide the time to understand properly the events? History utilizes the order arrangements for a superior comprehension. Birth of Jesus Christ has been taken as year 0. Any occasion before Christ is called before Christ, that means BC, or before Common Era, that means BCE. And any occasion after the introduction of Jesus is called Anno Domini, that means AD, or Common Era, that means CE. Now, sources of history. Sources of history has been divided into two parts, that is the literary sources as well as the archaeological sources. The literary sources, that is, it is the original sources of information in the form of documents or recordings created in the past. And if we are talking about archaeological sources, the artifacts like inscriptions, coins, monuments, pots and pans that have been obtained from the archaeological excavations. For example, literary sources are Arthashastra written by Chanakya, Jain literature called Angas, etc. And when we are talking about archaeological sources, for example, stupas, Jain temples, palaces and forts, ruins, etc. Now, historians has divided history into three parts. That is the ancient history, the medieval history and the modern history. In your syllabus, we will go through with ancient history. In this, we will study about the River Valley Civilization. So let's begin with the new chapter, that is the River Valley Civilization. In the Neolithic age, that is also known as Stone Age, man lived in small villages. With a passage of time, population increased and large villages appeared. As more and more population increased, the man needs expanded further. The large village grew into cities and towns, which marked the beginning of civilization. Now, the question arises, what is civilization? The term civilization refers to the stage of human society that is highly developed and organized. Some of the traits which mark the civilization are surplus foods, division of labor, public buildings, development of technology, system of writing, evolution of cities. Some of the major ancient civilizations which emerged during this time period were, first one is the Indus Valley Civilization, which emerged on the bank of river Indus. Second one is the Mesopotamian civilization, which developed between the river Euphrates and Tigris. The third one is the Egyptian civilization, which emerged on the bank of the river Nile. The fourth one is the Chinese civilization, grew on the bank of river Huang Ho. All these civilizations emerged on the bank of major rivers. The question now arises that why people started settling near rivers. Most of the early civilization flourished around river bank because, first one, the people of early civilization needed water for drinking and to to irrigate their fields. Second, the soil near the river is very fertile, which is very useful for the cultivation process. Third one, that is water. Water also available and very useful for the transports of goods. Now, common features of Bronze Age civilization. All these civilizations have certain common characteristics. These includes the following. The first one is period. All of these civilizations flourished between 4000 and 3000 BCE, which I already told you, that is before Common Era. Second one is river valleys. All the four civilizations came up in the river valleys where the farming and trade developed. The third one is character. Large population in cities developed new political and social system. They also developed complex religious beliefs. The fourth one is improvement in agriculture. In all the centers of civilization, agriculture developed on the outskirts of cities. That means in the outskirts is the word which describes the outer area of the city. Cultivation was done on large tracts of land to fulfill the requirements of growing population. Now the fifth one is spinning and weaving, which describe that these people know how to spin and weave the clothes. In all the city centers, people have begun to wear clothes. Woven cotton clothes were in use in the Indus Valley civilization around 2500 BCE. Wool was also used in Iran. The sixth point is potteries. Kiln fire pottery, that means baked potteries, came to be used in different parts of the world much before the civilization began. Seventh, that is writing. The first known writing system, known as pictogram, developed in Mesopotamia. Writing also developed independently in Egypt, India and China. The next one is natural calamities. Famines, diseases and floods frequently troubled each settlement. At each site, some communities were suddenly wiped out by these natural calamities. The ninth one is collective effort. Irrigation network in Mesopotamia and Egypt, communal granaries, public bath and road network in India were all the result of collective efforts of the people. The last point is religion. Not much is known about the religion of Indus Valley people. However, worship, offerings of food and drink to gods and burials of dead were common to all the civilizations. That's all for today's class. Hope you all understood what I taught you. The remaining portion I will continue in my next session. Till then, stay safe, stay at your home. Bye-bye.